Good afternoon. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Welcome to the McKalian Office Building here in downtown White Plains on Martine Avenue, where I'm joined by individuals from the Westchester Children's Association for a terrific moment in which we're going to unveil a quilt, the Hope Quilt, that's been worked on over the course of a number of months and has tremendous important symbolism for the children of Westchester County. I'm joined with me today, and you'll be hearing her speak in just a second, by Allison Lake, who's the Executive Director of the Westchester Children's Association. And then we'll also hear from Angel Gray, who is a Program and Policy Manager, and then also Dr. Janet Mazzone, who's with Village Square Quilters. Each of them will have a little bit more to share about this, and then I'll be presenting a proclamation to Westchester Children's Association for their terrific work. Let me start out by saying that I know nothing about quilting. I can barely sew a button on my shirt when it's necessary. But the bottom line is that a lot of very talented people put time and effort in to creating something that is beautiful, but is also very symbolic of the diversity of Westchester County and all of the different component pieces that matter in this community of ours. It's been, I guess, almost a year, and it really shows the importance of us working together to support our youngest and our most vulnerable of children. Allison Lake is a much better spokesperson for these things. We're happy to be here for this unveiling, and I'd like her to come and talk a little bit more about what this project is and what it means in the work of WCA. Allison?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Allison Lake, and I'm the Executive Director of Westchester Children's Association, or WCA. WCA is a multi-issue children's advocacy organization. We work on issues impacting children, youth, and young adults 0 to 25 years of age. We make their needs known, and we see that they are met. I want to thank everyone for coming out in support of our youngest community members, those 0 to 5 years of age and their families. Shout out to WCA board members who are here behind me, joining me today. We certainly couldn't do the work that we do without their support. I want to thank County Executive George Latimer for finding time in his really busy schedule, and his staff for so graciously arranging this press conference and finding space in the county office building to display a Hope quilt. This project, as George said, started over a year ago when our development director suggested that we include squares in our end-of-year appeal, asking our donors to share their thoughts and hopes of the young children here in Westchester County. It sounded like a good idea, and it would support our advocacy to bring attention and more supports to the especially low-income families during the crucial 0 to 5 years of age, and also provides a nice visual, as you will see shortly. So here we are, January 2023, presenting one quilt. There were a total of 7 that were created, curated from thousands of squares designed by supporters of WCA, child care centers, and school children, truly representing the wide Westchester County community. The other quilts are on display at the Children's Museum in Rye and the Child Care Council of Westchester. All of this certainly would not have been possible without the Village Square Quilters. My idea, once we said, okay, we'll get squares, was to just sew them together, similar to George, not my strength, I will say. Luckily, we reached out to the Village Square Quilters, who knew better than I and volunteered their skills to make amazing quilts. WCA is forever grateful for their work. Our Hope Quilt project was designed to bring awareness to home visiting. Home visitings, for those who may not know, is a free volunteer program that matches new and expecting families with professionals and paraprofessionals that help parents understand their baby's healthy development. Home visitors can offer information, resources, and supports in the home, and sometimes virtually these days. It is not a one-size-fits-all. There are a variety of programs offered to meet the different needs of families, but they all support the healthy development of young children 0 to 6 years of age. Today, because of funding limitations, only 4% of Medicaid-eligible families and children, roughly 400, are in home visiting programs. That means that 95% of our low-income families in Westchester that could benefit from the program are left out. Home visiting programs are evidence and informed based, and have proven to effectively decrease child abuse and neglect, increase school readiness, and improve general maternal and child development. All very much a solution to survey results that were just released by the County Department of Health on healthy women, infants, and children. And this morning we were at an event of the Westchester Women's Agenda that also noted disparities in birth outcomes and maternal health for women of color. Westchester is certainly fortunate to have several home visiting programs, including Healthy Families New York, run by Andrus, Parents Child Plus by WJCS, and Nurse Family Partnership out of Montefiore. But all have limited capacity and geographic reach at this time. WCA, along with statewide partners, are urging the governor to commit to a plan to implement universally offered home visiting, as is offered in many countries around the globe, while increasing access to existing programs. Imagine a world where all families could receive a few home visits from a nurse, a social worker, or community partner right after birth, and providers could refer higher need families to more intensive home visiting programs and services. We have to work together to get this done. We need your help to bring awareness to our elected officials, parents, community partners, and healthcare providers about the benefits of home visiting. The display of the quilt here in the lobby will help us do just that. It will be seen by all who enter and remind us of the importance of investing in our youngest children. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allison, and let's unveil the quilt.
One, two, three. Not as easy. All right.
As easy as they say. You got it? Got it. Okay, good. There we go. Next, I'm going to ask Angel Gray to share her thoughts. She is WCA Program and Policy Manager. Angel Gray.
Good afternoon, all. As Westchester's most vulnerable youth and children continue to lack access to early childhood and home visiting supports, WCA embarked on a journey to partner with home visiting support services and community members to amplify a need to commit and increase access to early childhood and home visiting programs for maternal and infant/child well-being. As we know through data and research, the pandemic has disproportionately affected low-income communities of color, only intensifying inequities, while also highlighting areas where our systems and service providers need more support and work to be done. Early childhood home visiting programs have been demonstrated to be an effective intervention that improves maternal and child health outcomes, promotes social emotional bonding, and increases school readiness. Early childhood home visiting programs have also successfully countered risk factors that lead to racial disparities, poor maternal health, and infant mortality, especially among Black mothers and Black children, which we know is a public health concern. Now that we have this opportunity to share this quilt with you, we hope that every time you look or walk past this quilt, it's an opportunity for you to remember the children who we are serving, the children who we are supporting here in Westchester County and in their futures, knowing that as we continue to provide for them, we do need these early childhood support programs in order to ensure that all children are healthy, safe, and prepared for the future, regardless of their racial background or their zip code. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angel. That's Angel Gray, who is WCA Program and Policy Manager. Next, we're going to talk about this from the quilting side of the equation, from Village Square Quilters, Vice President of that organization, Dr. Janet Bazan. Janet?
Okay, I have to first say it's Village Squares Quilters. We always forget the plural. I know you've all heard in the past how it takes a village to raise a child. And Westchester Children's Association has been that village for so many people. But in terms of of the project below us, but behind us, I have to say it takes Village Squares quilters to quilt the quilt. We were so lucky to be able to be asked to take part of this project because I've worked previously with Westchester Children's Association in my former life as Chief Dental Officer for Open Door Family Medical Centers, but in this project, we were able to take these beautiful squares designed by the children themselves, which they wanted to symbolize what they hoped for. And the group of quilters in our small group took upon the challenge to present this in a format that we would think would best symbolize the hope of the children of the future. So we had some people who helped more than others, but we did have it as a group project that we were all happy to take part of, and we really wish everybody can appreciate and come and look, and I think we even let you touch this one, and look at the symbols that the children have made on this quilt. So thank you very much for accepting this, and George, thank you for accepting this to sit in our lobby here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Janet Mazzone. Village Squares quilters. Got it right, plural. I want to just highlight that the Westchester Children's Association, we're here today in a friendly environment with a really wonderful symbolic gesture. But this association does a lot of heavy-duty lifting. They are major lobbyists at budget time. They come in and they try to make sense out of our budget and try to advocate for additional money. They've been critical in programs where we have added benefit for child care concerns, and they're strong advocates for these positions, and that does mean that we develop friendship, but at the same time that doesn't change their commitment to advocating for good public policy. And when we work together, it is an outgrowth of that respect that we have for the leadership of this organization as part of this process. So I do have a proclamation I'd like to present to Allison. I guess we'll have photographs in a second with the proclamation, and then we'll close it out. Please, Allison.
Thank you.
I want to thank you again for viewing this and being here today. We've been joined by Dr. Damia Harris-Madden, who is the head of our youth board here in Westchester County. She's done an outstanding job for us inside the government. Allison, who else did I not introduce from your board? I guess we'd introduce Adrian. You go ahead and do it.
Yes, so I have Dr. Adrian Weiss-Harrison, I have Maris Krasnow, and Ann Umamoto, all great board members of WCA, as I said, and we could not do the work we do without our board members behind us. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Harris, as well, also a great partner of Westchester Children's Association. Appreciate it.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.